One day, I was speaking with a friend, swapping TV shows, and I recommended Utopia, which was about government conspiracies, genocide, murder, overpopulation, and to his response, he recommended Deutschland 83. Now, over the course of this video, I will at times maybe mispronounce Deutschland or Deutschland. Yeah, I think that's it, Deutschland. So, Deutschland, from my initial short research into the show, is somewhat well received in the United Kingdom than in Germany. In fact, the TV show has more notoriety in the United Kingdom than in Germany. I can see this as somewhat as a result of the two different versions, because one show has somewhat of a title sequence immediately grasps you and wants you to see where the story unfolds. Whereas with the German version of the title sequence, it's more like a projection on skin. And I don't think that really works as well as conveying the doom and tension of the Cold War. So I think that the English version really does communicate a sense of dread, tension, and horror that could possibly await us at any moment. And in that way, I really like it. And of course, I like the composite work with live action and 2D work. I really like that. That's just something off the bat that immediately endeared me to the show. Now, the story takes place in a very intense part of history. This was the Cold War. The setting of the story is 1983, where due to the aftermath of the World War II, was divided by ideologies into two separate entities which governed themselves. There was West Germany, which was capitalistic, and there was East Germany, which was communist. The Cold War was a very tense situation where both sides were of course eyeing each other very intensely. But both sides really didn't want a war. The Soviet Union and the NATO, of course, they didn't really want to kickstart another world war. So, but there were multiple times when it could have. So already, because of the setting, the story is very intriguing because it's based off a very tense situation in history where it looked like a nuclear strike was imminent. Now, in the story, we follow multiple characters, but our main character that we follow through the story is Martin Rauch, who is played by Jonas Ney. Now, Martin Rauch, who is initially a border patrol guard for East German intelligence, who goes undercover as a military soldier for West Germany just to uncover some plans, military actions against East Germany, things of that nature. I really did enjoy Jonas's performance during his challenges as a spy. I really did feel connected to his journey to uncovering the plans and just rooting for him to succeed in a way. Ludwig Trepte, as I'm not going to pronounce that, Alex Edel, was another standout for me, as I liked his storyline and his diverse mindsets that really went against the military direction, which was specifically compelling due to the family circumstances, since his father is a general in the army and it caused a lot of conflict, internal conflict within the family structure. His ideology going and impacting the family dynamic. And Sylvester Groth as Walter added an imposing, intimidating force in a way. He came off as very threatening and subtle in that way, but very human. Unfortunately, there weren't really enough scenes with him, in my opinion. Maria Schrader as Lenora Rauch, who is the auntie to Martin, I thought was skilled, resourceful, and manipulative. Unfortunately, we didn't get that many scenes with her like Walter, but the scenes that we did get were amazing to watch. Now, the cinematography and presentation of the show it's very stylized with emphasis on the visual communication between actors. One example is a scene will go from a medium shot showing two characters to a close-up when the conversation starts to get heated up. But there was also during action or running sequences, which there are plenty of running sequences, communicate the intensity of the scene going on. And the incorporation of old real-life footage into the show was also somewhat appreciated by me, which it really got me immersed into the setting to understand the tense conflict that could escalate at any time. Now, when it comes to the music, what I've seen was rarely used, and it would be used at precise moments to punctuate the mood of the scene, such as a short montage. So scenes where characters were talking felt more intense and personal and had much more impact to the sounds. And of course there would be classical songs, American songs, that were not forced. It never felt forced. It really did fit into the scene in a nice way. I really can't think of any criticisms to the show overall. I really did enjoy my experience watching this show. If I had any thoughts of improvements, I would say that at times there will feel a bit too convenient at times. Something has to happen to progress the story, so this has to happen. At times, I kind of felt that was a bit forced, specifically to a death scene that I don't really want to mention here, but it does involve the woods and it does involve a car. And my closing thoughts are that the directors Edward Berger and Samira Radizi, I know I'm butchering the language, apologies for that, with the talents of writer Anna Winger, have created an intense, engaging and stylistic drama set in a tense point in history. Deutschland 83 is really worth checking out. It's actually if you're into, at times at some points could feel a bit too convenient, but it really is worth checking out.